feel like every day I'm seeing a new TikTok from some members of your team. What does the social media aspect do to help them relax outside of basketball? And I can see people who might think that that's a negative, like they're not focused 100% on basketball, but why is it not the case?
I mean, in this day and age, there will be haters, there will be trolls, every program has that. This generation lives on social media. I mean, they just do. I mean, if you raise a teenager, it's part of their footprint now and learning how to manage it. It's part of branding. It's part of who they are, right? And I mean, everybody from Gino all the way down to, the 370th team, you're going to have TikTokers and all the things. And I think it's actually a good outlet if they're focused and they are in practice, they're focused in meetings, they're playing pretty good basketball. I think that just is another aspect of society that just wants to find something that isn't good according to their one opinion. So I think, I'm not on TikTok myself, but I know managing as a parent with my two kids, that's a challenge. And I also know that it's really important part of college kids' lives.
Have you been invited to be in any TikToks that your players have filmed?
On occasion, 2 I've been in, and I think I've nailed both of them personally.
Of all the ways you could have envisioned this game starting, Hannah on the bench, 90 seconds in, probably wasn't near the top of the list. Just for Ava to answer that call and be productive with that kind of uncertainty happening right away, I mean, how much does that further emphasize everything you've talked
I
about?
think that's it's a good, hopefully, confidence builder. I think if that happens again on Monday night, or that happens again in the future, you're asking a lot of people that haven't been there before. So I was concerned, but I also was confident. I thought if Ava could hold serve and then we could get Addie in with some minutes, that we could really gain some confidence for Monday night, but also next year for Ava. That really went through my mind after I was kind of panicked. I was like, oh geez, this is not a start. Ava has been coming for the last month, and I just tried to focus on the positive. And I think when you roll with it with the team and you lean into the moment and you just kind of go with it, it helps them versus like you're looking like, oh my gosh, we have all these people with foul trouble. I think a big key of the game, to piggyback on that, was we had all that foul trouble before half, but we went up 12. And I thought that was really great for those young kids to hold serve and go up.
What has clicked for Ava over this last month? I mean, I know her minutes were kind of roller coaster throughout the season, but now double figures in 3 straight games. Like, what's changed for her?
I think she's just gotten more confidence in her the working in extra hours. She's been in with Randy and working on the ways we need to score and how we need to score and how we need to defend. And I mean, there's trolls and haters on all that too, but I will tell you that the trajectory of which she's going is just the confidence that she's gaining. And then the productivity just matched the work ethic, right? When you're getting in the gym, you get more confident, you start finishing more, you start understanding the offense more. And there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just game day. There's a lot of practices. And Ava is a really naturally gifted and like that baby deer, and she's really growing up. And she's that last month, 5 weeks, she's just really leaned into those moments. And I'm just really ultra confident and just really excited and extremely proud of her.
2 more.
Something like that.
I mean, to maybe ask another thing about Ava, I've been asking about just like the difference that people have seen in her since September, October, because I know you were confident about her coming into the season, but obviously didn't see the minutes. What's the biggest shift in her you've seen from September maybe to now?
I just think she's I think all these kids are tremendous team players. I think sometimes it's really easy for everybody just to want to put in the new Colt, right? We're going to go. Addison O'Grady played one heck of a summer. She competed hard. She was doing everything we asked her to do in practices, and her productivity was really, really good. And it's a building block, the system, right? We're looking and we're trying to figure it out. We're playing Hannah at the 4, and then it became clear, let's shift Hannah over to 5. So when that happens, there's a time of adjustment. And so then you're shrinking minutes of some of those 5s. So Addie and Ava's, their mentalities and their selfless behavior and their work ethics, I mean, there's such a lesson there. Instead of always, I think people like, well, why is she coming through? And they were both playing really well. They both give you really different looks. And a senior that has stuck with it and knows the system, understands her passing is awesome. She understands when there's a pass and a screen. Addie's one of the best passers in the country at hitting for a dump layup. So it's how we're trying to make our offense continue to click while we're bringing along Ava to understand how to pass, when to score, when to fake, when to drive. It's a process. And I can't say enough about this whole team's selflessness, and those two have really done one super job, and I'm thrilled with them.
Did you have any jitters first time head coach in a NCAA tournament? Or?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I thought back to how I felt that when we played Northern Illinois. I felt like coming into this game, I felt the pressure sometimes of the season and the pressure of wanting to get the first one. But it was good. It was in good ways. And I just, have a strong faith and just do the things, and God's led me and blessed me to get to this point. Lisa Bluter, right? I'd seen her before. She'd been traveling, and so she was talking about the importance of that Big Ten or of the tournament. We were talking about it, so I texted her. I'm like, "Hey, what you got for me?" and she was great. We were just talking about. She's like, "Pray and breathe," which I've been doing, right? But I'm just saying the thing is it's the same, and I think I just focus so much on. I just couldn't be more proud of this team and just so grateful that they all stayed together, and to get to the round of 32, boy, I'm just so pleased and happy for them, and having locker rooms like that. And I focus more on that. The nerves is like, God, just help me get them in a position they can have a moment like that. And then lo and behold, we got everybody in. And how about them having 28 assists, setting a program record? Isn't that cool? Bailey's on it. Bailey, he's my man. He's giving me stats like that.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Thank you guys. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jan.
it. God bless.